Hello and welcome to National Focus for Thursday, September 19, 2024. I am Julian Morris. In the headlines, government to break ground for $120 million Lubia to Bagatelle Road and Bridge project, Creole attire and accessories exhibition and sales carded for Friday, and the Minister for Education presents certificates to successful adult learners. The details of the headline stories and more when we return.
Are you ready? Dominica invites the world to celebrate the biggest and most anticipated music festival in the Caribbean 2024, October 25 to 27 at the Windsor Park Stadium in Roseau. 3 nights, 1 stage, non-stop action. Get your ticket now at dominicafestivals.com. Dominica's World Creole Music Festival.
Welcome back. The government of Dominica will officially break ground marking the start of Phase 1 of the Lubia to Bagatelle Road and the Bridge Rehabilitation Project on Friday. The $120 million project is jointly funded by the Government of the United Kingdom through the UK Caribbean Infrastructure Partnership and the Government of Dominica. In this phase, 10 kilometers of road will be rehabilitated to include the construction of 5 bridges. There will be a complete reconstruction of the Picheley Bridge and the Mitcham Bridge in Granby. The Mitcham Junction itself will be completely redone to eliminate the curve along that section of road. The project was conceptualized post-tropical storm Erica, which caused significant damage to the road infrastructure in the area. Government has signed a contract with joint venture Sotra Dominica Limited and Offshore Civil and Marine. Friday's groundbreaking ceremony takes place at the Geneva Playing Field in Granby from 3:30 p.m. Residents from surrounding communities are welcome to attend the ceremony. The Ministry of Labour, Public Service Reform, Social Partnership, Entrepreneurship and Small Business Development, in collaboration with the Ministry of Culture, will host the 2nd edition of the Creole Attire and Accessories Exhibition and Sales. The exhibition will be held on Friday, September 20, on the ground floor of the government headquarters.
It will be held for 3 subsequent Fridays, and it is really to showcase what is happening within that particular group of businesses, and that is those that provide attire, meaning clothing, and accessories that fit in with our Creole season, the independent season. So that's what we're focusing on this coming Friday.
She explained that the goal of the exhibition is to showcase small businesses and their products to a larger customer base.
We do know that there are many businesses in the industry that are a bit larger, that tailor or sew Creole attire, from the wabdouillet to the different types of madras to infusion type outfits for ladies, for men, for children, and we felt that some of the smaller businesses get lost and they're not seen, they're not known, except for where they're domiciled, like in their little community, in their little village where they are. People may know about them and some people just don't know about them. So this aims to give some publicity to them, to bring them out, to make them visible, but at the same time to generate some business for them.
Business Development Officer 2, Mr. Michael Walter, explained that a variety of products will be on sale at the event.
We will be focusing on tailors, seamstresses, those who are involved in manufacturing, the accessories like the handbands, the corsages, the tête cassée, and all those different types of accessories. Just to add, you notice that this is well in advance of the Creole season, and it's because this activity ushers in the Creole, the independence season.
The hope is to see the participating entrepreneurs greatly benefit from the event.
This initiative is meant to create, 1, brand recognition for those small businesses, 2, income generation, 3, networking opportunities. All right, so those are the 3 pillars on which we have crafted this activity.
Country Coordinator for the OECS SAC project, Dr. Nadia Paquette-Ansem, says members of the Mount Prosper Women in Action Farmers Group have been exposed to a series of capacity-building initiatives through WUSC. WUSC, the World University Services of Canada, is a non-profit organization working to foster youth-centered solutions for improved education, economic and empowerment opportunities to overcome inequality and exclusion. Dr. Ansem addressed a ceremony this week where close to $20,000 in tools and agro-processing equipment was presented to the Mount Prosper Women in Action Farmers Group.
As part of the herbs and spices pilot, WUSC Caribbean and you members tested 30% versus 50% shade netting on your crops. And I know Agri-Sales and Services was vital and instrumental in providing such guidance. And what the trial aimed to do was to support netting to provide some level of balance between the sun, the impact of sun and heavy rainfalls on your production. And I think this pilot was instrumental. As small as it is, it's significant in allowing you to understand that these small changes can help support and increase productivity and income from your end. So we want to thank, of course, the Extension Support Services and the Plant Protection Quarantine Services who actively engaged in training you as key members of the Mount Prosper Women in Action Group.
The trial also aimed to provide the best approach to pest and management practices in an adaptable manner.
But also low-cost inputs, and I'm sure when we go out in the field in the pilot to observe the pilot, we'll recognize the significant importance of sticky tips and pheromone lures in supporting some critical ingredients in terms of pest management practices that are very low cost, environmentally friendly, and of course reduces the impact of heavy chemicals on our production.
It is anticipated that with the processing equipment, the farmers will now be able to add value to their final product.
I'm happy also and elated to understand that we can continue to support your ability to increase your activities in terms of value addition. So this dehydrator, I'm elated and excited about this support because it will augment your ability to produce dried herbs. So we're looking forward to seeing some more products from your end. I know that you already have an amazing green seasoning sauce, right? And we also some packaged herbs, but we're elated and excited to see you to provide you the opportunity to increase your production by producing dried herbs.
The small farmers were applauded for their commitment and reminded of their crucial role in feeding their communities and sustaining local economies. The introduction of the e-litigation portal criminal module means that all documents filed on the portal are deemed to have been served on all parties to a case immediately upon their being filed. Acting Chief Justice, His Lordship Justice Mario Michel, says this eliminates the need for physical service of documents upon litigants and lawyers wherever they may be or be located, whether in or out of the country.
The use of the e-litigation portal, therefore, circumvents the tremendous amounts of paper, cost, and frustration to litigants on both sides of a dispute, which older or not so young lawyers like me might have considered to be an inevitable and unavoidable feature of court processes. As earlier mentioned, electronic filing provides litigants and their lawyers with the convenience of filing documents from anywhere and at any time, without the need to physically travel to the court office.
The Acting Chief Justice says this accessibility is particularly beneficial for those who may be residing outside of the country where the proceedings are taking place or who may retain counsel from outside.
The portal has enhanced transparency in the judicial process because the parties have real-time access to all documents filed in their case, as well as to any notices or orders that may be issued by the court. Making the process of the filing and service of a court documents electronic has also relieved court staff of much of the difficulty which typically accompanies the efficient management and organization of physical files.
He says the management of high volumes of paper created serious problems with storage space for court documents, which was exacerbated by an already limited infrastructural resource.
The manual handling of documents left room for errors and delays in the court office. Misfiled documents, missing papers, and the physical wear and tear of paper further complicated the process. Paper is also known to attract dust and molds, which have been proven to be hazardous to court personnel, and the court personnel usually have made no bones about it. The need for judicial officers to transport documents to and from the court added another layer of complexities, sometimes hindering the timely resolution of cases.
The Chief Justice says this was especially so with documents filed in the Court of Appeal. At least 6 copies of each document had to be filed, and the 3 judges hearing the matter had to carry these documents from the court's office in St. Lucia to the country where the matter was to be heard.
For these trips every Saturday, the court office had to pay thousands of dollars in overweight costs to the airline on which we traveled, and police officers had to be deployed to carry the boxes from aircraft to vehicle, from vehicle to hotel, and from hotel to court when the matter was to be heard. So unseemly did this appear to be at times, especially in territories like the BVI, where there were sometimes several boxes for each case. Police officers were known to complain about the apparent indignity of police officers in their most formal attire making 2, 3, or more trips carrying boxes for the judge to whom they are assigned.
You are watching National Focus. More when we return. Welcome back. China's ambassador to Dominica, His Excellency Chu Mao-ming, says the interactions of the 2 cultures is another powerful example of the deep friendship between Dominica and the People's Republic of China. Speaking at the opening ceremony of the 2nd edition of the Chinese-Dominica Cultural Infusion, His Excellency said appreciating the culture of others would lead to a more harmonious world.
Chinese always believe that openness and inclusiveness are the source of vitality for the development of civilization. Each and every civilization, with its own appeal and root, is the treasure of humankind. Cultures become diverse through exchanges and rich through mutual learning. Intercultural exchanges and mutual learning are important impetuses for the progress of human civilization and world peace and development.
His Excellency says in 2023, China's president put forward a global civilization initiative advocating tolerance, coexistence, and mutual learning among different civilizations so that the diverse civilizations can become an inexhaustible source for the modernization process of human society.
China stands ready to work with Dominica to implement the Global Civilization Initiative. Prime Minister Skerritt's visit to China in March is uniquely fruitful. During the meeting between the leaders of the 2 countries, my President, His Excellency Xi Jinping, said that China is willing to expand the cultural exchanges with Dominica. China and Dominica share rich, colorful, and vibrant cultures of which we are both proud, and we are both committed to promoters of cultural exchanges.
His Excellency renewed his commitment to promotion of cultural exchange and continued friendship between the 2 countries.
As the Chinese ambassador to Dominica, I will take it as my responsibility to promote mutual understanding between the 2 civilizations and in-depth exchanges between our 2 peoples. I believe that cultural exchanges will continue to expand with deepening friendship.
The People's Republic of China has conducted cultural exchanges with other countries on a large scale. So far, China has reached government cultural agreements with 144 countries and signed 700 plans for annual cultural exchanges. Dominica is among those countries involved in annual cultural exchanges with the People's Republic of China. The Honorable Dr. Irving McIntyre addressed the opening ceremony of the China-Dominica Cultural Infusion.
As Dominicans, we take pride in our rich and diverse culture, which has shaped who we are as a people. Our land is blessed with a diversity of traditions and cultural art forms, and we are proud to share this with our Chinese brothers and sisters this evening. This evening's function demonstrates that the partnership between Dominica and China is not just an economic or political alliance. It is rooted in the mutual respect and appreciation of our distinct traditions, values, and heritage.
The annual Dominica-China Cultural Infusion celebration provides an opportunity for the two peoples to connect at an even deeper, more personal level, opening hearts and minds to the beauty of another way of life.
Ambassador, on behalf of the government and people of Dominica, I thank you and your team for sharing your heritage with us. We embrace the beauty and diversity of your art forms and look forward to many more opportunities to bond over our mutual appreciation for dance, song, and other forms of creative expression. May tonight be another demonstration of the friendship and goodwill that exists between our nations, and may we continue to collaborate in the arts, education, and culture.
The annual cultural infusion is made possible through collaborative efforts, and Culture Minister Honorable Greta Roberts has acknowledged the Roseau City Council for its role in staging the cultural exchange.
It presents an opportunity for us to learn from each other and appreciate the beauty of our diverse cultures and further strengthen the bonds that define our relationship. We are all aware that the Roseau City Council has been very instrumental in the successful implementation of this activity. And I would like to commend our Mayor, Her Worship Sandra Ermin-Royer, and her dedicated staff for this initiative, especially at a time when we are about to launch our independence celebrations, where we highlight our cultural talents and achievements.
The process towards the cultural exchange started 16 years ago under Mayor of Roseau at the time, Cecil Joseph.
This activity stems from the long-standing friendship that was established in August of 2008 when the Roseau City Council, under the chairmanship of Mayor Mr. Cecil Joseph, wrote to His Excellency Deng Bokwing through the then Cabinet Secretariat, indicating the city's council's interest in entering into a formal twinning agreement with the city of Shenyang. A memorandum of understanding between the Roseau City Council and Hangzhou City of the People's Republic of China was signed in Roseau on June 7th of 2014, and this agreement symbolized the start of friendly relations between the Roseau City Council, the Embassy of the People's Republic of China, and the municipal governments in China.
Mayor of the City of Roseau, Her Worship Sandra Ermin-Royer, describes the cultural infusion as an opportunity to enjoy the diversity of both cultures.
Each performance and participation is a window into the soul of culture. As we glimpse of its history, value, tradition, as we embark on this culture journey, let us keep in mind the spirit, the openness, and respect. Let us celebrate not only unique aspects of each culture, but also share the human experience that connects us all. The Council will continue to give support to the Embassy of China here with its program of activities. We thank you, Your Excellency Ambassador Chumamin, and your staff for your continued support to the Roseau City Council, by extension, the people of the municipality of Roseau.
Acting Adult Education Officer Mrs. Carol Charles White has told graduates that it's more than a celebration of their hard work, but also a testament to their resilience, dedication, and courage to keep moving forward despite the obstacles. She was addressing yesterday's certificate ceremony for participants who completed training in various disciplines, including but not limited to electrical installation, refrigeration and air conditioning, makeup application, hair braiding, cake decorating, and intermediate sewing.
The Adult Education Division, with a staff of 11, including 7 district officers, 1 NEP assistant, a secretary, an office attendant, a field officer, and the head of department, works diligently to put together creative programs and activities for community involvement and self-empowerment. These initiatives have provided many with a second chance to work towards achieving their goals and making their dreams a reality.
Graduates were reminded that learning and self-improvement were lifelong pursuits.
You have proven that you have the power to learn, adapt, and overcome. As we step into the next journey, remember that growth is a lifelong process. Every step forward, every risk you take, and every challenge you meet is an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more empowered. Empowerment is not a destination, but a mindset. It's about believing in yourself, even when the path is unclear. It's about lifting yourself up and lifting others up as well, building communities of support, collaboration, and shared success. Congratulations on these incredible achievements.
Education Minister Honorable Octavia Alfred says this theme, empowering growth, building skills and promoting continued education to strengthen communities, is quite fitting since the mission is to develop national human resources.
This is done through community non-formal education, enabling each adult citizen to participate meaningfully in the development of the country. In recent years, the importance of adult education has significantly increased. From the pandemic to climate crisis, to the digital revolution, to wars and mass movements of populations around the world, we know that today, more than ever, it is critical to ensure access to quality education and learning opportunities throughout life for everyone.
The minister noted that education can no longer be limited to a single period of one's lifetime.
The government of Dominica makes provision to ensure that all have access to learning opportunities throughout life in order to face our interconnected global challenges. We are moving to ensure the right to lifelong learning by providing all learners of all ages, in all contexts, the knowledge and skills that they need to realize their full potential and live with dignity.
Coming up, the Creole News highlights with Jeno Jacob.
Bienvenue à ce nouvel créole dans Monsieur Jeno Jacob. Un groupe planté femmes Mon Prospect qui a planté saisonnement tapé des outils et puis équipement Rodowus Caribbean hier. Équipement valait $19,000. Mon Prospect Women in Action Farmers Group qui a planté celery, l'oignon, parsley et puis d'autres saisonnements. Groupe l'année 17 membres. Officier relations publiques Mon Prospect Women Farmers in Action Group, Priscilla Jean-Jacques Di, Sarah Netin, K. Wendeyo, Esprit en temps soleil.
Nous tapons Sarah Netin, so nous pour nous try pour yon pour les au soleil pour banner que shade avec glow, pas I am popular. So pour nous Well, ikende nou den pou nou ni pli bagay a sou la place la.
Ini avis pour membre groupe là.
Pour ça nous ka fait sérieux. Puis ça c'est un bagay un programme qui ça aide nous arriver how to say further loin. Et ben ça nous ka fait. Puis tout le monde ka mette saison dans manger yo. Et ben si nous fait et ben nous ka try quelque chose pour nous servir less chemical à ces seasoning là. So nous ka really try faire healthy pour tout le monde. Tout le monde pour manger.
Ambassadeur chinois His Excellency Xu Maoming dit interaction culture chinois et puis Dominique c'est un exemple l'amitié et puis coopération. Dominique et puis pays chinois ni 20 années relations diplomatiques. Ambassadeur a apprécié culture Dominique. Il a parlé en deuxième édition infusion culture Dominique et puis pays chinois. Il voulait promouvoir changement culturel entre Dominique et puis pays chinois pour Dominicains apprendre culture chinoise et puis monde chinois apprendre culture Dominique. Une cérémonie pour réhabiliter chemin et puis pont Rod Loubière pour Bagatelle qui prend place demain vendredi 20 septembre à ce Plainfield Geneva Gombe. Groundbreaking ceremony la Yurika Cassette pour inaugurer le projet qui prend place à 3h30 après-midi. Ministère pour le Travail public, Honorable Fidel Grant, qui a invité Moun Rod Loubière, Bellevue Chopin, Pichelin et puis Bagatelle pour attendre. GIS qui mène cérémonie live à sur Internet. Ministre Labour Entreprise et puis Développement et Business, qui en collaboration et puis Ministre Culture, qui tient deuxième édition HAD et puis Glen Creole. Ça qui prend place demain vendredi 20 septembre en bas Maison Ministre Gouvernement. Secrétaire d'Iwan en ministre de business, Gloria Joseph dit, exhibition qui montre produits de business. Il y a des produits qui vendent. Le gouvernement Dominique a vendu autant de business développés. Ça, c'est tout à ce nouvel en créole. Changer nous en temps cyclone. Continuez à faire préparation aujourd'hui. Non, monsieur Geno Jacob, au revoir.
Thank you, Geno. And now for today's weather advisory. A weak trough generated by the remnants of Gordon is expected to result in unstable conditions across the central and southern portions of the Lesser Antilles during the next 24 hours. This, coupled with the light winds and daytime heating, could result in hot and uncomfortable weather conditions with the possibility of some scattered showers and a slight chance of isolated thunderstorms. Sea conditions are expected to remain slight to moderate with wave heights reaching up to 5 feet over the next 24 hours. The remnants of Gordon is expected to remain over open water and poses no threat to land. Today's hurricane tip: do not walk, swim, or drive through floodwaters. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. Be sure to follow GIS Dominica on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter. You can also drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm. From all of us here on the GIS News Production team, I am Julian Morse. Thanks for watching.